For generations, owning a car in America wasn't just about getting from A to B. It was a huge part of the American dream, right? A real symbol of freedom, of making it. But lately, for millions of us, that dream is hitting a massive roadblock. And honestly, it's starting to look a whole lot like a financial dead end. So, why does it feel so darn impossible? I bet it's a question a lot of you have been asking. And when you actually start to look at the numbers, the story they tell is, well, it's pretty staggering. It all starts with that big, scary price tag. Take a look at that. That's the average price for a new car in late 2025. Just let that sink in for a second. Almost $50,000. And get this, since just 2020, that average price has shot up by 30%, way faster than overall inflation. But believe it or not, the sticker shock, that's only where the problem begins. And this is the bill that lands in your inbox every single month. The average payment for a new car loan. It's this constant financial weight that has pushed our total U.S. auto loan debt to a mind-blowing $1.66 trillion. So the big question is, how on earth did we get here? See, this isn't just about cars getting expensive. It's about the financial system underneath it all that's turned this dream into what feels like a trap. And to really understand why it's so broken, we have to look at how it's supposed to work. For years, financial experts have pointed everyone to this rule. It's a super smart, pretty conservative guideline that's designed to keep you from getting in way over your head. You put 20% down to fight off that instant depreciation, you keep the loan short to save on interest, and you make sure the whole thing doesn't torpedo your budget. Sounds pretty reasonable, right? Well, this is where reality just slaps you in the face. To actually follow that smart rule on the average new car today, you would need to make almost $178,000 a year. Now look at that bar right next to the US median income. I mean, the gap is just massive. It's almost impossible. And the way people are trying to make it work is by stretching their loans out for years and years, which leads us directly into the next big problem. This brings us to a really dangerous financial quicksand: negative equity. Just think about it for a second. Your car loses value the moment you drive it off the lot. We all know that. But now, with loans stretching to 6, even 7 years, you're paying it off so slowly that you can easily owe, say, 20 grand on a car that's now only worth 15. That is the literal definition of being financially trapped by your car. And this isn't some rare thing. It's shockingly common. Almost a third of everybody trading in a car is underwater, owing an average of over $7,200 more than the car is worth. And that debt has to go somewhere, right? So it just gets rolled into the loan for the next car, creating this vicious cycle that feels totally impossible to break. But here's the good news: it's not. There are ways out. And that brings us to our first path. Okay, path 1. If the average car is totally unaffordable, the solution is kind of simple. Don't buy the average car. It's all about becoming a smart shopper and finding that hidden value that's still out there. What's so interesting is that even with these insane average prices, there are still a bunch of great, affordable new cars on the market. The trick is you have to look past the giant trucks and the decked-out luxury SUVs that are skewing those numbers sky high. I mean, just take a look at these. You've got the Hyundai Venue, which gets you into a brand new crossover for just a little over 20 grand. The Chevy Trax offers a frankly incredible amount of room for its price point. And the Toyota Corolla, come on, it's a legend for a reason. Rock solid reliability and super low ownership costs. The point is, just making a smarter choice up front can help you dodge that debt trap completely. All right, our second path, this one needs a more radical shift in how you think about buying a car. It's about ditching the loan cycle for good and basically adopting the strategy that wealthy people have been using for decades. Seriously, forget every image you have of a millionaire with some flashy new Lamborghini. This data from Ramsey Solutions just completely flips that whole idea on its head. The vast majority, 8 out of 10 of millionaires, do not have a car payment. They get it. You don't build wealth by financing something that's constantly losing value. And the way they avoid it is with a super simple but really powerful strategy. It's called a car replacement fund. And here's how it works. Step 1, you pay off your current car. Step 2, you keep making that exact same car payment, but now you're paying it to yourself into a separate savings account. Let it grow. And then, when it's time for a new set of wheels, you use that cash, plus whatever you get for your trade-in, to buy the next car with no loan. You break the cycle. Forever. So what's the reward for breaking that cycle? It's almost hard to believe. If you took that average $748 monthly payment and invested it instead over a 40-year career, it could grow to $8.5 million. That's what a lifetime of car payments is actually costing you. It's not just a car, it's your retirement. But what if the most radical path isn't about how you buy a car, but if you buy one at all? And that brings us to our third path, the ownership exit. Okay, here's the core idea for this new way of thinking. For so many of us, especially if you live in a city or work from home, our car is this hugely expensive thing that just sits there, parked 95% of the time. The idea of paying over $1,000 a month for something you barely even use is just becoming harder and harder to justify. So here's the breakdown. When you add up the loan, insurance, gas, and maintenance, total ownership can easily cost you $1,100 to $1,400 a month. But for someone who only drives occasionally, using on-demand rentals or maybe a car subscription service could slash that cost while also getting rid of all the headaches of maintenance and insurance. You're no longer buying a car, you're just buying access to mobility exactly when you need it. So we've looked at three really different ways forward, right? The smart buy, the cash plan, and the ownership exit. Each one gives us a different answer to this affordability crisis, and it forces all of us to ask what we really want from our transportation. Is it a possession that we own? Is it a service we use? Or is it something else in between? And this is the final, kind of bigger idea I want to leave you with. This whole thing isn't just about cars. Think about it. Music, movies, software, and now mobility are all shifting from a model of ownership to a model of access. And sure, we gain a ton of convenience and flexibility, but it's worth asking ourselves, what, if anything, are we giving up in that trade? It's a huge question that could redefine not just how we get around, but how we live.